raiderville315's. We're gonna be Raiders and the Eagles. I'm gonna be talking over. Enjoy the game from start to finish, and please subscribe. Represent your boy.
Coming up, we'll see Carson Wentz and the Philadelphia Eagles. Kickoff now just moments away. It is finally time to crown a champion. As I'll hand it to Charles Davis.
All right, thanks, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Tonight, it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy. Has had to stick with me all season long, Charles Davis. And Charles, the anticipation, the hype, the media coverage, all in the rearview mirror now. We can finally get down to playing some football.
Yeah, don't worry about that, partner. I'll ride or die with you anytime. You know that. But here's the best thing about this. Everyone talks about trying to keep things normal as they approach for Super Bowl. There is no such thing as normal. The pageantry, the hype, all of that is more intense than anyone could ever imagine. What you're trying to do is embrace it in one way and make sure it doesn't totally knock you off your game. That's why the night before the big one, teams often switch hotels, try and give those guys that last chance to breathe a little bit before they go out and play.
The first Super Bowl of the new decade, Super Bowl 54, is underway. This is taken at his 4. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Carson Wentz in his 4th season now out of North Dakota State, ready to bring out this Eagles offense. And he's had to sit and watch Nick Foles under center during Philly's last 2 playoff runs. So health will be a key for Wentz in 2019, no doubt. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. And here are the starters for Philadelphia.
Two-time All-Pro center Jason Kelce is one of the most athletic centers in the league. In fact, he went to the University of Cincinnati as a walk-on linebacker before converting to the offensive line. Can pull, trap, get out in front of runners in any situation, and one of the more intelligent centers in the league as well, handling all of their line calls.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. This is the former Nittany Lion, the rookie Miles Sanders. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there. And we take a look now at the defense for the Raiders.
The absolute right player to focus on in this Oakland defense, linebacker Vontaze Burfict. Brought in from Cincinnati for one reason only, to help set a more aggressive tone for the Oakland defense.
All right, so real quick, whoever's watching the feed, go ahead and type a name out, and I'll give you a shout out.
This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun half for Wentz. Let's get the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
But we're going to start off and how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. but it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. Third down, they gave you the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
Y'all watching it here first.
Now on fourth for the Raiders, Dwayne Harris. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked down at about the 3-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And they will start this drive with just terrible field position, backed up inside their own 5.
But we have seen teams be bold here and take shots, right? Sometimes you go max protection, make it a one-receiver route, and take your shot downfield and see what happens. And occasionally, we've seen success occur.
They run it with a rookie from Alabama, Josh Jacobs. And he's able to get him a small cushion before being taken down at the 5, a gain of 3.
And that's frustrating for a defense because they've got them pinned down deep. And on the first play, they gave up a run that keeps an offense on schedule.
Yeah, because 3 to 4 yards, that's all you're looking for right there, right?
That's absolutely perfect, really, as a play call. You get 3 to 4 yards on first down. That's what they talk about to us all the time, about being ahead of the chains or on target, ahead of schedule. They were after that run.
And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It's a pickup of 17 and a first down. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Here's Carr. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10.
Go ahead and smash that like button for me. Subscribe.
Down Jacobs. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage.
You're watching Raiders and Eagles in the Super Bowl. Courtesy of Man 20. This is your boy raiderville315.
Just stopped it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these fans made me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
Alright, so if I'm yelling, I apologize. My mic was like sky high.
To Richard, the running back. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Townsend to punt it. Fielded at the 20. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. And now back out comes the offense. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
And he stopped immediately there. The tackle there by LaMarcus Joyner. The free safety roaming all the way up to the line of scrimmage to make that stop.
How about his ability to trust his eyes and figure out it was not a pass play and go fast towards the line of scrimmage in order to make that tackle?
This is Howard on second down. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6. Now we'll get a stoppage here as it appears we've got an Eagle slow to get up. We'll get an update when we come back to Miami. Wentz going to try and throw on third. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. 4th down now after a loss of 2.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. They were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case. Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start. That's true. But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field. Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 23. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Throw right side, complete to Williams. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 15 yards is the pickup there, and the drive starting very nicely. 1st down. Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place. And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. They fake the handoff. Now Carr under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19. Now Carr. And finding the tight end Wilson. And he'll lose yardage here. Going down back at the 28. Officially it will go as a 1-yard loss. And that's going to lead to a 3rd down. Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it. But drop it there. Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass. As good as a sack? Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. On 3rd down, here comes Jacobs. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. 4 yards on the pickup there, but it's going to take him to 4th down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter. No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at the 20. To throw is Wentz. Looking sideline, incomplete. He was trying to find Deshaun Jackson that time. And now it's 2nd down.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he led him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Now Wentz. And complete to Zach Ertz. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the gun, it's Wentz. And this is Ertz with it, right side. And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top.
2 yards there, a first down.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain. We're scoreless after 1. Back live with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Eagles with the ball here to begin quarter number 2, as they've got it with a 1st and 10. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And room there to work it inside the 25. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards. And it's 2nd and 2.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. On 3rd down, they'll run it with Sanders. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. And that'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on first down, but unable to do much from there.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So on comes the Eagle kicker, Jake Elliott, on 4th down. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. The kick by Elliott is good. And the Eagles, they take a 3-0 lead. Been a bit of a dogfight thus far into the second quarter now, and we do have our first points, a field goal.
Yeah, a lot of people say, wow, first action on the scoreboard, about time. To me, the action's been right there on the field, trying to figure out who could gain an advantage, gain some field position, finally get points on the board. I'm loving this kind of game.
It feels like kickers might play a big role in this one.
Yes, make sure you give them the respect they deserve. They could cost you a game or win you one.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now Oakland ready to take the field. This one a little slow to get cooking. Just a 3-0 scoreline as they begin with a 1st and 10. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 right at the 30. Here's Carr to throw. That's caught by his tight end, Foster Moreau. A good pickup of 6 there on 1st down. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4.
Come on, baby. Let's see what you got.
Throwing now is Carr. It's caught on the right side. Williams. That one covers 24 yards. It's a 1st down. So from Philadelphia territory now, here's a 1st and 10 right at the 40. And he's going to get this inside the 30. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another 1st.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. That is caught right at the 10-yard line. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. With the first touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Raiders have taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now for the extra point, Daniel Carlson. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with an Oakland touchdown. following the touchdown. Ready to kick it away is Carlson. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. All right, time for us now to discuss Alshon Jeffrey. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well, and they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried because a lot of times that's like the ticking time bomb. The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They go with Howard to begin the drive. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
To throw, it's Wentz. That is incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Wentz going to throw. This is caught by Jackson. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. How about 25 yards on 3rd down? They'll take it.
Okay, what can't Deshaun Jackson do? All right, we know about the catches. We just saw another one there. Also gets involved in the return game, and he can break big plays like that. We've seen him do it throughout his NFL career.
We have. What are you thinking of anything in particular?
Yeah, I'm still remembering a certain Giants punter not following orders, and Deshaun Jackson made that big-time return all the way back for a game winner in that one. I still remember seeing the looks of disbelief on the Giants sideline.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. On the handoff, this is Howard. It'll be a pickup of 5, and that leaves them with 5 more. 3rd and 5 now.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Throwing now is Wentz, and he connects with Ertz. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. An excellent pickup of 20 yards.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
On 1st down, they run with Howard. And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done. Down to the 15 from the 21.
That's a strong pickup right there on 1st down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. 2 minutes on the clock in the 2nd quarter of this Super Bowl. A reminder, coming up in intermission, we'll get highlights of this Super Bowl from Jonathan Coachman and the crew in Orlando for our EA Sports halftime report. And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Maurice Hurst coming right up the gut. Gets in there for a loss of 9.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
Now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
Eagles coming up here on a 3rd and long, so Wentz and company with some work to do after the sack. Working from the gun, Wentz. This is caught, and they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
So it's 1st and goal, and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. A full 5-yard loss that time. It's going to make 2nd down pretty tough. The Eagles going to take the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Here's Wentz to throw. His pass caught at the 4. Now the Eagles will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Wentz now to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. So it's been a long drive. They've held the ball for quite a while. Now what do you do here?
Well, to me, at this stage, after this drive, this close to the goal line, 3 points would be a letdown. I'm going for it here.
And for the 2nd time tonight, his field goal unit comes out here. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And the kick by Elliott is good. And they'll get it back within a point at 7-6. So they get 3, certainly hoping for 6 after a 13-play drive.
So you console yourself on defense by saying you did your job, right? If they go 13 plays, you only give up a field goal, you did a nice job there. But here's the other part. 13 plays, you don't force any mistakes, you don't take the ball away. Maybe that's the way they should look at it.
After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This will be taken in at the 1. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
Throwing on 1st down is Carr. Caught. It's Wilson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves them with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Carr going to throw. This is caught. It's Ryan Grant. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Working from the gun, it's Carr. Over the middle here to Brown. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 25 yards that time.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Carr now nearly perfect. 9 of 10 in this first half. It's 1st and 10. The final shot here before half for Carr. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out. And that will wind up just short. He had it on line. It ran out of gas at the end. So we've reached halftime here in the Super Bowl as we send you up to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The halftime show, quite a spectacle, but it's back to football for the second half of Super Bowl 53. This is taken at his 4. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Derek Carr and the Raiders set for their next possession. And they must have seen something leading up to this one that said, hey, we're going to be able to go deep, because they've gone deep with a lot of success.
And pick your phrase, pick your code words, your buzzwords, whatever. Vertical stretch, deep passes, go routes, right? What's that route you love? What's that route you love?
4 verts.
4 verts. All of it working because they're able to find ways to get deep, and for him to show off that big arm.
We see some of that big arm right here. He has been great. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. On play action, now Carr. On the crossing route, complete. It's Grant. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Fresh out of the locker room, they hit him with a gain of over 20.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. Catch made right side by Wilson. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Here's Carr. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson.
All right, I'm going to give a shout-out to my big brother-in-law, 4Down Motown, checking out the live stream. Eagles versus Raiders, Super Bowl. Right now, the Raiders got a 1-point edge on the Eagles. They're also marching down the field.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Again, they'll throw with Carr. Working the middle here, that's complete to Moreau, the tight end.
Eagles have no answer for them right now. But remember, smash that like button, subscribe.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look.
And if y'all join the feed, go ahead and drop a comment, and I will give you a shout out.
Carr will come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Carr gives to Richard. And he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Carr to the end zone, but it's incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. It's a 6-yard gain, and it leaves them looking at a 4th down.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. And for the 2nd time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. Carlson able to put this one through. And they bump the lead up to 4 now at 10-6. Last season for Carlson, been a strange rookie year. Won the Vikings job, then was let go week 2 after going 0 for 3, but he picked things back up.
Remember, he was drafted to cure their kicking woes, and he ends up going 0 for 3 against Green Bay, including the potential game winner. Gets cut, picked up by the Raiders, 16 for 17 the rest of the season. I'd say at the end of the year, a pretty good success story.
After the made field goal, Carlson now sets up to kick this away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Eagles now as they get set for their first possession of the second half. They're down in this game, a chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here in half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second half?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
They'll begin the drive with Howard. Tyre Whitehead, top 10 in tackles last year, up to make the play.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
There's a throw over the middle. It's taken in by his tight end. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A gain of 13. It's a first down.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
He can 10. Now Wentz. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap, and then the give to Sanders. And this will be taken across midfield and into Raider territory. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Okay, he didn't break that one all the way, but you got to know that he feels like he's right on the verge, and that's probably exactly what he's telling them in the huddle right now.
The Eagles on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Wentz breaks over the middle, and he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1, not the case. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. On play action, Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, they'll throw with Wentz. His pass caught at the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
The Eagles on 3rd down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This time they face a 3rd and 2. And that is caught. It's Aguilar for the Eagle touchdown. 4 yards on the touchdown grab. And once again, the Eagles are back out in front. Well, they had their chances in the first half, you remember, but had to settle for 2 field goals. This time they come away with 6.
I think they actually got affirmation about what they were doing by getting a touchdown because the field goals means they got in range but couldn't quite finish it off. This time, they broke through, and that's great for the old confidence.
And on the sideline, difference of a feeling between 3 and 6, is it astronomical or no?
It can be at times, that's for sure. A lot of times the field goal feels like a disappointment. The touchdown, well, that tells you you're getting it done.
Elliott good with a PAT. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Derek Carr getting set and ready to go again on offense here. How do you break down his game so far? Just the one touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't. Not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34. Now Carr. It's complete to Brown, right side. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Carr now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Here's a give to Richard. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. The Pro Bowler Fletcher Cox there to get him down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority 1.
They'll keep it on the ground. Richard. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 1 quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Derek Carr, 3 fourth-quarter comebacks for the Raiders last year, and they only won 4 games total, so they've got some experience dealing with tight ones. This is Richard, and he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags.
Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the 4th quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Now a handoff to Richard. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
What an advantage having a lead guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
On 2nd and 12. Carr. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
The Raiders on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is third down and 12. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. And, partner, it's safe to say that the secondary really contributed to that sack.
Yeah, nickel set, 5 defensive backs. They covered everything. Nowhere to go with the football. But my question is, why didn't he throw it away?
So a big one coming now for Daniel Carlson. They'll spot it at the 47, so call it a 57-yard attempt. And this kick is not going to get there. It's short and no good. A fourth quarter miss like that, there is no lonelier feeling than that kicker right now.
As we all know, a lot of these games, they come down to special teams. And when that chance comes, you have to perform in order to help your team get over the top.
Could have tied it. Instead, they remain down 3. Here's the Philadelphia offensive unit now as they head out to take over possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They fake the give. Now Wentz. He'll buy some time right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. Credit the sack to Brandon Marshall.
And we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
Following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Now a play fake. Wentz. And his pass incomplete.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, fourth quarter, maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. The Eagles on third down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13. On play action, it's Wentz. Aguilar has it. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Long that throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now Wentz. Right side caught by Jackson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Play action. Now Wentz. letting one go deep for the end zone, and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead, you've got to protect it, and he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
On second down, it's Howard, and not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
The Eagles on third down. They're hitting at 60%, 6 out of 10 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Shotgun now for Wentz. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
So a big, big kick coming now for Jake Elliott. Right hash, 37-yard attempt. And Elliott puts this one through. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. After the field goal, here's Elliott to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Derek Carr getting ready to go again on offense. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
Throwing on first down is Carr. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target. But it'll be second down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. On the ground, Richard. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big 3rd down. To throw is Carr. Eagle pressure, too much this time. Down he goes.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. Here now, Johnny Townsend, as he's on to punt for Oakland. Spins away. A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, That doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
A throw left side to start out. That's complete. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 10 yards there to start the drive, and just enough by about the length of the football for a first down.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for him there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On second down now, it's Howard. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively. The Eagles on third down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and a mile. On third down, this is Howard. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Cameron Johnston now as he's on to punt for Philadelphia. So Carr and the Raiders now down by 6, just over a minute 40 to play. A touchdown could win the Super Bowl as they've got a first down. They'll run on first down. Richard, and he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Carr to throw. Over the middle here to Brown. Give him 9 there on the first down completion. We've had some wild Super Bowl finishes recently. 49 at Arizona, 51 in Houston, now this one. The Raiders try to move quickly, try to get everybody back to the line. Back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
Now you're right on the edge of field goal range. You still got time, but get up to the line of scrimmage and get set.
First down now, but that clock rolling. He'll look to throw. Over the middle, he's got Tyrell Williams. A gain of 6 there on first.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon. Carr signaling to his guys, let's go here. To throw is Carr. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Now the Raiders going to burn their third and final timeout as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. Carl come up here with a 1st and 10. And he's 4 for 4 now, throwing the ball to start the drive. Now Carr. Renfro bringing it in over the...
All right, once again, I want to thank y'all for watching this exposition of the Super Bowl between the Raiders and the Eagles. It looks like the Eagles going to come away with a 6-point victory. The Eagles is your Super Bowl champions. As a Raider fan, I don't like it at all. But much respect to the Eagles.
In NFL immortality.
That's pretty phenomenal right there.
This is your boy raiderville315 signing out. If y'all like the game, destroy that like button, subscribe. Peace.